Hey church family, just wanted to bring you a few thoughts tonight around the topic of peace. Needless to say, these last few weeks have been a little bit crazy. No one's really been sure of what's happening or what's happening next. But when the unexpected comes in, tries to take us out from the side, it's really essential that we know where and how to find our peace. The world says that peace is an absence of fighting, it's an absence of conflict, and that it's a state of calm but external to us. But I've experienced times in my life, and you might have as well, where life has actually been really good, things have been travelling smoothly, but within myself I'm still not at peace, I'm still not restful, my heart's still worried. The thing is, the opposite can also be true, where life isn't going so well, where we might find ourselves in the middle of a situation that's quite stressful, but we can actually be in a place where we are at rest, where we are at peace, despite what's happening around us. In Isaiah 26 verse 3, it says, "You," referring to God, "keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on you, because he trusts in you." This tells us a couple of things. Firstly, it tells us that our peace is not determined by our environment. It's determined by our focus. If our focus is on God, then we will experience his peace. But if we allow ourselves to be distracted, we won't be in a place of peace, because distraction wants to destroy that peace. If we allow our eyes to wander away from God onto the things that happen to be moving around us, then we'll find ourselves actually reacting to those situations rather than responding to them from the perspective of God and from a place of peace that he gives to us. Secondly, that verse also tells us that there is safety in peace, and that our peace comes from God. When we choose to turn our gaze onto him and everything that he has done for us, then his peace becomes a protection for our minds, and it protects us from the lies and from the attacks that the enemy wants to put onto us and take our focus away from him. In Philippians 4 verses 6 and 7, Paul writes, "Be anxious for nothing, but in everything by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God, and the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus." It's God's promise to us that as we choose to trust him and keep our eyes on him, that he will give us his peace. Making that choice can be really difficult, especially when our lives are out of routine, or we just don't know what's happening and we feel completely disjointed from our ordinary lives. But I would really encourage you to make sure that you take the time out to stay in his word, because that's the anchor by which we are able to live. It's our anchor of truth. But also be thankful for what God has done and for who he is. God never changes, and for that reason we always have something to be thankful for. Make a habit of thinking about his character, of taking time out to worship him for who he is. When you do that, and that becomes a habit in your life, I absolutely guarantee that the peace of God will come and will flood your mind and your heart. So as you go into this week, I pray that you would experience the peace of God, that you would know that he is with you, that he is for you. I pray blessing on you and on your families and on your home. Miss you, can't wait to see you all.